Most white folks don't have the stomach to say the truth out loud about race, so I'm going to do it for you. Racism ain't a touchy subject if you're not fucking racist.
Most white people don't like black people. Now, that's a statement that really riled up some of my friends on.
This woke, non-racist white woman explains why racist white people hate black people. And honestly, this explains the obsession. If you're not a racist and you love all of God's children, then this is not gonna bother you. But if you are a racist, this is gonna piss you the hell off, and I don't give a damn.
One of the reasons white people hate black people is because we cannot tolerate black joy.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren.
And I'm Maureen.
Right, so in today's episode, you're going to be listening to white speakers who came out boldly to talk about why the white American community does not like black excellence, right? They're going to be exposing some things that quite honestly, black people don't care about, but it's also good to know their mindset.
Right, and they're not only going to be exposing why white people don't like black excellence, but they're gonna be getting into the intricacies of why white people don't like black people in general and why it bothers them to talk about race even though they're the ones practicing the racism. Guys, right, let's watch what we prepared for you today and then you come back and talk about it. You can also consider subscribing if you're new to our channel and let us know. Let's watch and then you come back.
Most white people don't like black people. Now, that's a statement that really riled up some of my friends on Facebook. I saw it in a comment section about the tragic homicide of Nolan Wells. A black commenter said, most white people don't like black people, and a lot of my white liberal friends seemed very upset. They felt like that white people were being mischaracterized, that stereotypes were being applied to people unfairly because all the people in their social circle like black people, and they voted for Kamala Harris and they voted for Barack Obama. Listen. There's a shit ton of white people in this country that voted for Barack Obama and voted for Kamala Harris and have black friends that still don't like black people. Let me explain to you white people, because I know all the black people in here watching already know this, don't you? So for the white people that have hung on this long, let me give you an explanation. You can't like black people and never spend time in black spaces. You can't like black people and never take time to learn about black culture.
This woke, non-racist white woman explains why racist white people hate black people. And honestly, this explains the obsession. If you're not a racist and you love all of God's children, then this is not gonna bother you. But if you are a racist, this is gonna piss you the hell off, and I don't give a damn.
One of the reasons white people hate black people is because we cannot tolerate black joy. We cannot tolerate black intelligence. We cannot tolerate black beauty. We cannot tolerate black confidence. We cannot tolerate black camaraderie. We cannot tolerate anything that frees a black person. We don't like black people to be educated. We don't like them to be successful. We don't want black judges. We don't want anything for black people that doesn't directly affect and entertain us. So we can have a black nanny. We can have a black house cleaner. We can have a black teacher. We can have a black coach. We can have black players. But only for the specific things that we feel comfortable with. I think I heard somebody say that white people are the ones that have the ancestors that were closely related to the apes. And I believe that. We are Neanderthals. We're fucking pale monsters. I really hate being white sometimes. I'm super ashamed.
Folks don't have the stomach to say the truth out loud about race, so I'm going to do it for you. Racism ain't a touchy subject if you're not racist. If the truth makes you feel attacked, you're probably protecting a lie. You wouldn't trade places with a black man for $1 million, and you know exactly why. Our racism. If you're staying neutral while a man gets done wrong, you're just helping the bully. Saying you don't see color just means you're too scared to see the truth. If you got to keep a man on his knees just to feel tall, you're the weakest man in the whole goddamn room. Bragging about a win in a rigged race don't make you a winner. That just makes you a cheater. They taught you to hate your neighbor so you wouldn't notice they're picking your pockets. That's a goddamn truth right there. Your comfort is a bill that someone else is paying with their life. This ain't casual racism. It's real. White supremacy is sinking the whole damn boat just to watch your neighbor go under while you drown with them, mother. White supremacy is burning your own goddamn house to the ground just to make sure your neighbor stays cold. As white people, we have a choice to make. We can find our soul or we can keep the lie, but we'll never have both. Ever.
A white dude taught me something when I was in my early 20s that stuck with me ever since then. And something happened yesterday that made me think of that. Now, this was when I was like 22, somewhere in there. My tattoo artist was like, man, you know something about black dudes, bro? When I was locked up, I've been in like a year. I'm working out, trying to get big. No joke. This black dude that was a little younger than me, he came in 3 months later, bro. He bigger than me. Like, bro, y'all genetics is crazy. And it just is defined as y'all muscles get and things like that. And he was like, and the little secret about us white dudes, if you see a white dude that's real jacked up and swole, kind of like how y'all get, he taking steroids. He like, bro, our bodies, we got to cut a lot of corners just to be able to catch up to the genetics y'all got. And I'm like, that was the first time I heard that because I was young. So I want to say yesterday, somebody commented on a video and said, hey, you've been putting on some weight. Are you natural? And it's like, listen, the first time I ever got asked that, I was like 21, 22, and it was a supervisor, a white dude, pulled me to the side. Hey, you know where I can get some steroids? Hell no. And it's the thing. I'm 5'9" and I'm about 180. That's it. If I'm going to fuck up my organs, if I'm going to be having heart problems and you know what else problems come with steroids and stuff like that, I'm getting my money's worth. I'm not going to be 180. I'm going to be 220, 225, and you're going to be able to look and see his ass is taking steroids. But it's like some of them can't wrap their mind around how our bodies are able to do what they can do, how we are so athletic. And they got to be cheating. Same thing when you are black and become successful. Oh, he must sell drugs. He had to cut some type of corner to be able to be successful and things like that. It's just like, no, we are just the superheroes here on this planet, man. From this universe, we are the superheroes. You see it in sports. You see it just in us as people, how creative we are and how, bro, we are just able to go against the norm of society and we just stand out. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. A little history lesson. We are able to do what they consider impossible or to where we had to cheat to be able to get there.
My guy.
Do you love black people?
Hell no. Hell no.
What's wrong with black people?
They're so sensitive. Say one word to them, they be trying to kill you. They too aggressive, bro.
Yeah, so you don't like black culture either, do you?
No.
What's your favorite rapper?
Young boy.
NBA Young Boy, you know he black, right? You know rap is black culture, right?
Hey, you the only one I like for real.
Yeah, shut up. You a fucking idiot.
See, you are the perfect and prime example of people in America. Y'all sit there and try to talk like us, act like us, dress like us, want to look like us, want to befriend us, and for some reason still not like us. You talking about we too aggressive as a people, but your favorite rapper is NBA Youngboy. The irony. Your favorite rapper is NBA Young, but you just said that you don't like black culture. But the language, the culture, the attire has become your default. I'm confused. Your whole aesthetic is of black culture. The only thing different is you're not black. But your whole aesthetic is based around black people. Even the way that you speak it. my guy? Like, y'all are so weird. You hate black people so much that you want to be them? Make it make sense. You talking about some black people will get mad over one little word and be ready to kill you. What is the one little word you talking about? You hate black people because we're so aggressive, but your favorite rapper is the most aggressive rapper there is. Like, bro, be for real. Be for real. You talking about black people get mad over one little word and be ready to kill you. What word is you talking about, my guy? What word is you talking about? Because I got an idea. You want to say a certain word because you want to be seen as you're black and you're not. You're not. I'm letting all y'all know, actually. I'm letting all y'all know, actually. Anybody that's not black, you're not black. Why are you mad because we don't want you saying a word? Do you want us to be calling y'all out y'all racist terms? As we greeting y'all, hey, what's up, my... No, you wouldn't. So don't be trying to act like you mad at us because we don't want you saying a certain word. You're not black. That's a word that we switched around to make it as a greeting for us. For us as a people, not you. And the fact that y'all can't even comprehend that is insane. Like, you really sat here and said that we too aggressive as a people and that's why you don't like us, but your favorite rapper is the most aggressive rapper. Like, make that make sense, bro. Like, shouldn't you be listening to, like, Frank Ocean, Elliot Trent, or somebody? Like, you not making no sense whatsoever. And how can you hate somebody that don't give a fuck about you? Like, I'm being honest. How could you hate somebody that don't give a fuck about you? I don't give a fuck about any other race enough to hate them. I don't give a fuck. Like y'all care too much for me. You hate somebody. Why do you hate somebody that don't care about you, bro? like you sitting over here with no lips and got the most to say. Shut it. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, you must have got beat up by some black people. You must got beat up by some black people, bro. Because you just talk too much. You talk too much. You had to have been caught already. Like, somebody got you, and that's why you mad for real. You talk too much. Learn how to shut up.
If Malcolm X would have got the push that Martin Luther King did, we wouldn't be where we are today. If you go watch Malcolm X's interviews from 60 plus years ago, the shit that he is talking about, we are still seeing today. That man was so ahead of his time. That's exactly why he was such a threat. Martin Luther King was becoming way more conscious towards the end of his life, and he himself even acknowledged the fact that he was chasing the wrong thing all along. There's a quote where he said something like, "I realized that I've been walking my people into a burning house this whole time." The reason he said that is because he was starting to realize, damn, integration really isn't the solution. And if y'all really look at the facts, integration is the worst thing that has happened for us. Malcolm X's whole philosophy was, we are better off separate. Since y'all cannot treat us like humans, since y'all cannot treat us as equals, just leave us the alone. Let us branch off and do our own things. But you want to know why we can't do that? Is because this is all about power. This is all about control. The black dollar is too powerful. Because once we were taking the steps that we needed to take within our community, what happened? They burnt down the Black Wall Street. You're burning down the things that we are building. You are constantly setting us back. And that's because true liberation was never the end goal for the white man. At least when it comes to black Americans and the enslaved black people that they kidnapped and tortured for centuries, they never planned for us to truly be liberated. They always planned for us to be 3/5 of a human, and they always planned for us to be seen as beneath them. This is why the Constitution is built the way that it is. This is why things like the 13th Amendment exist. This is why things like the war on drugs exist. This is why crack was placed in our communities. Crack and weapons. This is why we are never going to truly free ourselves until we stop chasing white acceptance. We stop asking our oppressors to be the same people who are going to liberate us. That makes no sense. It's never going to happen. We will all truly be liberated when we look within our community. We all heal ourselves, which will lead to us healing the community. We will all truly be liberated when we start putting our money where our mouth is. Stop spending money with these corporations and only start spending your money in the black community. This is America, and America is greedy as it's all about money. If we start putting our money only in our pockets, I bet some change then. What Malcolm X stood for, white supremacists tried to spin it like Malcolm X was this violent man who hated white people and his message was all about harming white people. But no, that was never his message. His message was simply about equality. If a white person comes and slaps me in the face, I should be able to slap them back in the face. Don't do to me what you don't want done to you. Malcolm X would literally be appalled by the amount of people that are taken out at the hands of white supremacists, and people are just standing around recording. His whole thing was stand up for your brother, stand up for your sister. What they're doing to them, they're doing to you. And we are way more powerful together, and they know that. That is why they try to keep us unaware of that. And y'all just need to wake the up. I'm on my little morning walk right now, and I've literally already gone for 5 miles, y'all. I don't know how long I'm gonna go for, but my feet just keep walking, and it's just because my brain just won't stop. My brain will not shut off. I just keep thinking of all of my ancestors that died, and they died fighting for equality. They died dreaming of a nation where we were all equal. And then I look around and I'm like, what the is even going on right now? The masses are very docile right now. The collective consciousness is very low right now. I feel like so many people are asleep, and I feel like I'm losing my damn mind slowly but surely. Anyway, moral of the story, go watch a Malcolm X interview today. Please look into his philosophy, his ideologies, educate yourself on your history and all this bullshit that's going on, and act accordingly. It's time for us to lock the fuck in, because this it's not changing. It's not going to change until we change it.
So guys, welcome back. Let us know what you think about the videos we just played you. Yeah, there's one speaker who stuck out to me, and these are white people talking about this, right? So it's not like white Americans can come on the platform and say that black people are practicing racism by saying these things, right? This is coming from the horse's own mouth, and they're admitting it by themselves, right? And when he says white people don't like black Americans for this and these reasons, honestly, I do believe it, because I've heard before that white people do not like when they're in proximity to black excellence, because then it shows how mediocre they are. And I don't know how true or how inadequate they are. I don't know how true that is, guys. I stand to be corrected, and you can let me know down in the comment section, right? Because you tell me why you need to invent a whole system that keeps other people down, and you every time they try and catch up, you hurry up to move the goalpost ahead, because just on your own you cannot compete by, you have to cheat in order to make a head start, right? And a lot of white people normally ask about why is it that black people never don't leave their kids anything, whereas white people work hard and leave their children things, only for black Americans to come and complain, things like inheritance. And there's also a good argument that comes on the internet and asks them, right, whatever your grandparents or whatever your parents are leaving you, do you know you had a very good head start after slavery, because you got to keep everything your ancestors plundered, whereas black Americans started literally without anything. Even, when you're talking about fair payment and fair wage, they were not being paid for the work they put in. Because if we talked about whether or not if black Americans got paid for the work they did, I bet you would have a lot of generational wealth to go around,
Right. And the fact that most white people don't like, that is if it is true what this man is saying, because he is a white man and he has white friends, so he would know his own community, right? And he says that most white people do not like black people, and it usually just baffles me how a particular set of people might not like you but will still insist on being around you in the same places you are in, so that they can keep an eye on you, like a monitoring spirit, because there was someone who once said that, no, actually it was Malcolm X who once said that black Americans should not just exist thinking that they are living their own life, and black people all over the world. White people are studying black people, and they're doing it even in when black people are sleeping, when black people are eating, when black people are, basically living their own lives. And this is the reason why no matter how they are said to not like black people, they will never leave black people alone. And I think it's related to what Marin said, which is that they have been given such a big head start that when black excellence is presented in front of them, I feel like they don't know how to feel about it. And those who do, they eventually default to racism and, trying to discriminate upon black people, because they do feel bad despite all the head start they have been given, despite the system being on their side and they know as much. That black person has still managed to work so hard to have his own or her own black excellence to a point where they have reached or leveled up and surpassed the level of white excellence that white people have set as a standard.
Guys, you cannot tell me, for the sake of me, honestly, you cannot tell me that white people don't know they have a privilege, and that white people don't know that they were given, they stand in a position, like a different position if you compare them to black Americans. You cannot tell me they're not aware of what they have, because at the end of the day, just like Jen Elliott said, if you think black people are treated well in America, would you give up a day of your life to live like a black person? Nobody will stand up if you ask them to switch lives or privileges with black Americans. So I say again, you cannot tell me that white people don't know the kind of treatment black Americans have been subjected to, right? And all of it, bottom line of it is racism. There's a guy who was explaining there about racism, and he was talking about how white people they normally become uncomfortable with this conversation, and he asks one question: why should you be uncomfortable when that topic is brought forward if you are not racist yourself? Me, for example, right now, I'm in a group, I'm in a friend group, right? And then they start talking about theft and robbery, right? And they start talking about thieves in a manner to dehumanize thieves, right? If
and
I'm a thief, I start getting offended on the behalf of
and saying you're not a thief. And nobody has accused you
me of being a thief. I'm gonna be happy and just contribute to the conversation, because at the end of the day, I know I'm not a thief, right? So why should I get offended if they didn't exactly point me out to accuse me of theft, but yet I still get offended? It's because maybe at the back of my mind there's a certain type of knowledge I have that they don't, So at the end of the day, people need to encourage conversations about racism, but I don't see that happening, because at the end of the day, provided we still have cases like the Nolan Wells and what happened to him, this is something that these kids did to him, allegedly, right? Because it's still under investigation, and they had to have learned it from somewhere, because why did they not victimize another person?
And they have the missing pieces of what happened to that kid.
Another situation that I heard of, there was a 13-year-old boy who also was unalived by the foster home kids where he was put into, a 16-year-old, I believe, and a 17-year-old, and the black kid was 13 years old, and they unalived him, right? So I'm wondering, these kids, for them to behave like that towards these other kids who look different from them, why do they harbor such feelings if they're not learning these things from home?
Right. So guys, let us know what you think about this episode down in the comment section, and also consider subscribing if you're new to our channel, and we'll see you on our next episode.